The religious leaders of Jesus' time were threatened by Jesus' claim, jealous of his authority and his popularity, and they just couldn't bring themselves to lay down their religious position and power at the feet of someone who failed to fit their mould for what a Messiah was meant to be. And so they plot and they scheme to get him out of sight and out of mind, to kill him. And so through the Thursday night and the early hours of the morning, a plan starts to unfold, from an insincere kiss to an illegitimate trial that simply confirms their own bias and squashes any dissent. They just have one more hurdle. They have to get Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, to sign off on his death. But Jesus' innocence is not so easily swept aside. First hearing, Pilate simply says, "I find no guilt in this man." Then the second hearing comes after a brief excursion to Herod, and again he declares, "After examining him before you, I did not find this man guilty of any of your charges against him, and neither did Herod." But the mob begins to stir, and Pilate still refuses to condemn. "Look, nothing deserving death has been done by this man," he says. But by now the mob's baying for blood is insatiable, and they cry out, "Crucify him!" One final time, Pilate, baffled by their blindness to his innocence, appeals to them again. "Why?" he says, "why? What evil has this man done? I have found no guilt in him, nothing deserving death." But the populist voices prevail, and Jesus is finally led away to be crucified. But even then, it's impossible to stifle the true verdict of innocence. While hanging on the cross, by now nails are in his hands, crown of thorns on his head, whip-shaped marks on his back. He's hanging there on the cross, and even then, the thief that is right next to him, one of them is mocking him and railing against him, but the other one says, "Don't you fear God? We're receiving just rewards for our deeds, but this man has done nothing wrong." And then looking on with a final verdict, as if anyone was in any doubt, the centurion adds his conclusion and says this, as one who has seen it all: "Surely this man was innocent." See, even for those who were complicit in his death, they could not deny his innocence. Why is this so important? Why does this grand miscarriage of justice mean so much to Christians? Well, it's because on the surface what might seem to be a miscarriage of justice is in fact a satisfaction of justice on a divine scale, on a cosmic scale. You see, Jesus died in our place. He took the penalty we deserve. And only one who is innocent can take the place of one who is guilty. For the criminal who was hanging next to Jesus, the realization of his own guilt and the acknowledgement of Jesus as the innocent king, his innocent king, was all that was required. Today, all we need to say is, "Jesus, will you pardon me? I am guilty, but you are the innocent king. Thank you for dying in my place."